Police officers, have you ever had to arrest a family member? My Uncle Rick called 911 claiming someone broke into his house and stole his medication. When dispatch sent the call through, I didn't think twice about it. Just another routine call in my neighborhood beat. I pulled up to his house around 2:30 in the afternoon. Rick was standing in his driveway, arms crossed, looking agitated. The second I stepped out of the patrol car, he started talking. Some bastard broke in while I was at the store. Didn't take the TV, didn't take cash, just my medication. What kind of sick person does that? I grabbed my notepad and started walking toward him. Even in uniform, even with my badge visible, he had no idea who I was. We hadn't spoken since Grandma's funeral 3 months ago. Different last names, and I'd grown a beard since then. I asked him the standard questions. When did you notice? Any signs of forced entry? Which medications exactly? He went on this whole rant about his pain pills. Oxycodone. Said he needed them for his back injury. Claimed some junky neighbor probably broke in through the back door. I asked to see the prescription bottle so I could get the details for my report. He went inside and came back with it. Still going on about how the neighborhood's gone downhill. I took the bottle from him and looked at the label. That's when everything stopped. The name on it wasn't Rick Harrison. It was Dorothy Harrison, my grandmother. Uncle Rick kept talking for a few seconds before he noticed I'd gone completely silent. I just stared at that label. I'd been at the hospital the day she died. I'd helped clean out her apartment. The hospice nurse told us all her medications needed to be returned to the pharmacy. I looked up at him and said, "This prescription is for Dorothy." His face changed instantly. Went from angry to confused to something like fear in about 2 seconds. He started stammering. I must have grabbed the wrong bottle. I have some of hers still. We had the same medication. Easy mistake. I wasn't buying it. My grandmother died 3 months ago. This prescription was filled 2 weeks before she passed. I picked it up from the pharmacy for her myself. He started backing toward his front door. Look, I don't know what you're implying here, officer, but that's when his voice trailed off. He was finally really looking at me, at my face. His eyes went wide. Charlie? Yeah, Uncle Rick, it's me. The color drained from his face. He tried to recover, putting on this nervous laugh. Hey, buddy, didn't recognize you with the beard. Look, this is just a misunderstanding. You know how it is with family. We can just forget about this whole thing. I asked him where he got this medication. He started deflecting. Said maybe Grandma gave it to him before she died. Said she wanted him to have it for his back. But I'd been with her almost every day those last few weeks. She was barely conscious toward the end. I told him I needed to see his medicine cabinet. Standard procedure for a theft report. That's when he refused. Got defensive. Said I was overstepping, that I couldn't just search his house without cause. But he'd called about a theft. And now he had stolen medications in his possession. That gave me probable cause. I radioed for backup. My sergeant arrived about 5 minutes later. Together, we went inside. The medicine cabinet in his bathroom looked like a pharmacy shelf. At least 30 bottles, all with different names. My grandmother's name appeared on 7 of them, but there were others too. Names I recognized from the family. My Aunt Linda, his ex-wife, even his own mother, who'd passed years ago. My sergeant asked him where he got all these medications. Rick said they were given to him. That family members gave him their extra pills over the years. But these weren't extras. These were full prescriptions. Some dated from after the people had died. I found a document folder in his bedroom drawer. Photocopies of death certificates, insurance cards, prescription information. He'd been using deceased family members' information to fill prescriptions at different pharmacies across 3 counties. My sergeant looked at Rick and said, "We need you to come down to the station." Rick turned to me with this desperate look. "Charlie, please. I have a problem, okay? I need help, but you don't have to do this. We're family." I pulled out my handcuffs. I thought about my grandmother, how she'd trusted him, how we all had, how he'd sat at her funeral and cried, then went home and kept using her identity to get drugs. I said, "You're right. We're family." She was family too. His face went blank. He didn't resist when I cuffed him. Didn't say another word the entire drive to the station. Uncle Rick's bail hearing is next week. He's facing 14 counts of prescription fraud, identity theft, and insurance fraud. My mom called me last night saying I destroyed the family, that I should have just looked the other way. But I keep thinking about Grandma's medicine cabinet the day she died. How we counted every single pill to make sure it matched the hospice records. Rick had been stealing from her for months.